ad spend, right? So essentially now with your ROAS, let's say you spend $100, then if someone says, yeah, I have a 2 ROAS, it means that you have like a 200% return on ad spend. It means that it's two times, it's 2x, it's 2x ROAS, right? So you meaning that you made $200. So essentially, for every $100 you put in, you get $200. So the way you check it is like every dollar you spend, you make $2. Now, which is good. It depends. Now, imagine spending $1, right? You spend $1 and you made $5. Then, you have a much wider profit margin there as well. So, which again, essentially, you'll be able to make a lot more profitability. So now I'm going over this so we can understand the science behind things, because once we understand it from that side, I'll also walk into areas that we need to ensure that we can set up properly to hit like better numbers. So again, some things we'll be looking at the principles of it, and also we'll dive into some details as well on how we can get there. Now, a lot of people, the reason why you're not spending much on ads, or the reasons why you're unable to scale things up, is because you don't have like a good ROAS at the moment. And there is something that is called your BE, or in other words, that's what you call like break even, or you have like a break even point, right? So now it depends on what you're running. Some of you who are running affiliating, your break even point will be different compared to calculating it for like, let's say, like e-commerce and so forth. So for example, with e-commerce, let's just say if you're running an e-commerce ad, let's say it costs you, your break-even point would be like, let's say it's $20, right? Break-even point. Let's say you have a product that's $15, and you have like shipping, which is like $5. Let's just say that's your expenses, which is like $20. So essentially, you have your break-even point would be, you know, $20 until you can actually make profit. Anything above $20, you make profit. Anything below $20, you're in the red, right? So now, for example, when it comes to like your ad spend, let's just say you spend in ads now, and you spend, let's say, $20 on ads. So you have $20 ad spend. If you have $20 ad spend and you make one sale, then essentially you have like a, what you would call like a one ROAS, which is also your break even point right there. Your break even point with something like this would also be a 1.0. But in order for you to make profit, you're like, okay, what if now you end up spending $20 on ad spend, you make two sales, and again, you can have a much higher ROAS, let's say. But again, it all depends on the cost of how much you're selling it, by the way. This is really just your cost price. But let's just say you're selling it for double the amount or triple the amount, then you would calculate things differently. But let's say you spend $20 ad spend, you get two sales. That means you have like $10 per purchase, per purchase conversion. But let's say you're selling this product that costs you $20. Let's say you sell it for $40, right? So that means two sales, $40. That's $80 right there. You just made $80, right? So in order for you to have broken even on two sales, what you needed, your break even route, this is what it is actually. What you needed was like $40. You needed to make $40 to be able to break even. So if you have two sales now with $20, with $20 ads, with $40, that's what, $20 ad spend. But yeah, so if you have two sales with $20 ad spend, and your product retail cost is like $80, then your ROAS essentially now is like a 4 ROAS. So basically, you spend $20, you make $80. For every $20 you spend, you make $80. So essentially, if you just divide that, not to get too technical, but if you divide 80 divided by 20, that will give you like 4. So that would be like what you call like a 4 ROAS, right? Um, for those two sales. But your break even, in order for you to have broken even on those two sales, okay, and I hope I'm not mixing everything up. But in order for you to break even now, okay, on your two sales, let me just show something here. And I actually confused a few things because I didn't calculate your product price. So this is your ROAS, return on ad spend. But then in order for you to get the break even, sorry. So yeah, this is your ROAS, right? But in order to get the break even, let's say you spent um, $20. Okay, I'm confusing. So this is the shipping, this is the product price. I really just confused you all. But anyways, so let me do this. Let me backtrack a little bit just to get the idea. Let's just say we're not going to put any advertising in there right now. So this is not ad spend. This is just like cost. This is just the raw cost for the sale. So essentially, yeah, I just wouldn't put ad spend right now. So it's just raw cost for the sale. So if you get raw cost, you sell something, maybe you did it organically, maybe you did it through social media traffic, through email marketing, whatever it is, then and if it costs you $20 for everything to get that sale, then essentially you can get like a 4.0 with your return on investment, right? A 4.0 if your return on investment. But essentially what we'll be showing right now is more so how you can be able to get to higher numbers. For like, let's say if you spend, and for affiliate marketing, it's easy because you don't have to worry about product costs or anything else. It's a lot less headache. So with affiliate marketing, let's say you're spending $100 a day, how can you be able to get a two ROAS, which would be $200 a day, or how can you get even a five ROAS on by spending $100 and making $500. So that's what we'll be looking at down here is how we can be able to do that. How can we spend 100 and get 200 out of it? How can we spend 100 and even get up to 500 out of it? So in order for us to do that, and again, I hope I didn't confuse anyone earlier, but in order for us to do that, there are different elements that we have to focus on to actually reach to that point. Now, I'm going to share with you the main areas because I want you to understand the framework of ads because many people are stuck right now in different areas and in making money and funds. So I'm going to share with you exactly how you can get to that point. So the key things you want to do, right? One aspect is being able to have creatives that convert. And I will share with you very soon elements that you need to have in your creatives to be able to allow it to convert better and to be able to get a good return on ad spend. So again, with affiliate marketing, it's easier. I don't have to like confuse you too much on the product pricing, shipping, and plus the ads. Yeah, it's a lot more calculations. I was trying to keep it very simple, but let's just say if you spend $100, you make 200. Some of the key things first is that you want to first have creatives that convert. Now, creative is one of the biggest things. In order to be able to have a good converting creative, general principle is you want to have a good hook, and you want to also have a good offer, and also you want to have a good call to action, right? CTA, call to action. Now this is a general principle, but I will come to like Facebook and also like TikTok as well, just so that way we can be able to like get an idea of essentially how we can be able to do this together, and how we can be able to set it up. So the first step is this: getting a creative that convert. The next step you want to like really focus on is targeting, right? Targeting, or I'll just put like your ad system, which again, if any of you haven't signed up to our community, we do have like a community for affiliate marketing, and the more people are there, the more people that are active, the more we'll add guides and videos and different aspects to it. So we have affiliate marketing for Meta, for TikTok, you can get access to that, and also we have something for ecom as well, for e-commerce, where you can be able to join in and get access to that. And so make sure you get access to it. Send us a note. And once we replay the YouTube video, we'll store it on YouTube. In the description, we'll have it there so you can join in as well. But let us know if you're not in there. So we'll add more stuff to that as well. So just to get back to what we show in here is you want to have convert creators that convert. The next one is you want to have really good targeting and ad system. Now it really varies from place to place. So if you doing like for example TikTok, it's maybe a lot different, and I may go into specifics based upon where we are. But TikTok broad is something that works very well that a lot of you could be able to benefit from. There are times when you can actually use interest, like you can test interest. Um, but broad is something for TikTok, generally speaking, that also works well. But I've also been able to get things profitable with interest there too. But when it comes to like Meta, It really varies. So there are certain things I may recommend for Meta. So for example, interest works still works very well that you could still use. Also, there are lookalike audiences that you can use as well, and you can also do retargeting that could also be very profitable. Now, there are times when I may do also broad, but broad also works better when you have with more data. Now, sometimes with less, it could also work well too. So you want to like test those things out. The key thing is to test, right? And with creators, there are two main creators that you can focus on testing out, and you don't have to limit yourself. It's image and video creators. Now, with image and video creators, definitely you want to be able to test as much as possible because sometimes even on Meta, videos may supersede the ROAS that I may get. But there are times when for certain offers or products, I may put like an image creative and I may get like a really good ROAS, right? And there are times when I've literally gotten like certain ROAS that is like way above like five, even for e-commerce too. Like consistently like six, seven ROAS even on e-com with low ticket type econ offers. Of course, sometimes people say, "Oh, I got like a 20 ROAS or whatever it is." A lot of times that's for high ticket offers. Where you can get a much higher ROAS or maybe retargeting ads too could give like yield really high ROAS, especially when it comes to my Google ads. Like for Google, sometimes I do a lot of like let's say retargeting ads, and that's where I get like a much bigger ROAS as well when I actually do that. Now let's just see if we have. And again, any questions that anyone will have as we go along, drop your questions in the chat. I'll also look in the chat every so often. I'll be looking in the chat to be able to answer those questions, right? But I want to make you understand the framework because we're going to be coming back to each aspects and make sure we all understand things very well. So now, once you have your creative, once you have a good like ad system or in other words strategy, basically, put that there ad strategy uh, or system, then that's the key thing. Then the next part is you can have the great ads, you can have great targeting, but if you don't have like a good like landing page, then it won't be able to capture things properly. So you want to have a landing page that's high conversion. And everything really matters a lot because sometimes you may get good traffic coming in. You may get like qualified traffic, but people come to your landing page and you have a high drop off rate. So some things that you have to pay attention to are things like what is your drop off rate. That could help to understand things like how well your ad is everything is performing. So if you notice that you have like a high percentage of even over 60% plus people dropping off, then that's pretty bad, right? You want to have less people dropping off. So this is the amount of people. This is also determining how long did someone spend, right? The average time. Some things you want to pay attention to. Average time um, spent on website, right? Because you want to see how long people are actually spending on your website when they actually come to it, and then you want to see the traffic that you get. Um, what actions are they taking? So if you run an e-commerce as well, let's say you run an e-commerce, right? You just got like maybe let's just say 1,000 visitors. You got 1,000 visitors, but you only got one A to C or add to cart, right? You only got one add to cart. That means that automatically either your traffic is really bad or um, people cannot really navigate your landing page, your website properly, and you're missing out on a lot of sales. So that is why you need to understand the framework of how everything works because sometimes you can really miss out on a lot if you don't understand the basics. So this is like the basics. This is like the 101 ABC in really understanding how to get things going. Let me just see here. I think I have to mute a couple more people. But yeah, so this is like the key aspect. So then once you have someone come to the landing page, the next thing really is I mean that's really the main thing is people on the landing page, but making sure that there is a easy what you call like UX. uh, for checking out. It depends on what you're running. Either easy UX. This is like the user experience. It's what you call user experience. So easy UX for checking out. So that's just the main thing. So once someone has a good landing page, it looks legit. It builds authority. You just want to have an easy way for people to be able to like check out properly. Because if someone is unable to take out their card and spend properly, or they don't know how to do it, then that's a problem. So what I'll say is give multiple options. And again, I'm trying to speak in general for people doing affiliate or other stuff. If you're doing affiliate marketing, then you don't have to worry about the checkout aspects. That is towards your offer. So all you need to do is like all you need to focus on is your bridge page, your landing page, your bridge page. Doing e-commerce as well. What you want to do, some things you want to keep in mind is you want to give multiple payment processors. I noticed that also helps increase my ROAS because there are times when I only had PayPal on my particular website and I added Stripe and I noticed that I almost like added like 30% plus more revenue and sales as a result of that as well. So easy UI for checkout. And again, drop your questions in the chat as you go along. What we'll do, we'll actually go through each one of those, and you can ask questions on each aspect, and we can be able to go ahead and essentially share with you now how can you master as best as possible each aspect to get the best results with increasing your ROAS, right? Now, let me just answer Christian because he asked a question earlier. Christian says, do you think a quiz funnel would have less drop off than an email collection funnel or vice versa? So now when it comes to like let's say um, when it comes to your landing pages, whenever you collect, let's say, lead information, the
Long way,
more
long
you
way.
collect,
Yeah.
um,
Peace and
the more you collect, the higher the drop off. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing, is because sometimes what you will do is what you want to notice is that you also get higher quality people going to the next step of your funnel. If you collect lead information, let's say you collect in just the email address and name, then okay, you may get a lot of people moving to the next step. Now, if you collect email address, name, phone number, then of course you'll have a higher drop off. Not everyone will put that information in. But what you want to notice is that when it comes to those websites, the more information you collect, essentially the high quality of people who actually move to the next step. So it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. You really want to test it out for your offers. And the key principle in every single thing, like you're doing every single aspect, is understanding how to test, right? That's essentially the basic rule. The basic rule in being able to make anything profitable is this three repetitive wording right here. This is how you can be able to make an ad really profitable, is by doing a simple thing, which is just test. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk you through some samples of how to be able to find creatives. I'm not sure if we'll be able to go into every other aspect today, unless we have questions, I'll answer the questions directly to what people may be asking. But I'm going to start with creatives, right? Unless anyone have any questions. Hey, if any of you have any questions right now before I dive into creatives, and we'll be talking about creatives, how to be able to get creatives that will be able to give us profitable ROAS, right? We're going to start with that aspect today. So if you have any questions, though, drop it in the chat because I can answer those, because I want to make sure for those who are live, those who are online, I can be able to answer some of your questions particularly, so that way we can be able to make sure we address things that are relatable and specific to your needs. So, and I know Christian is asking, so I'll answer what Christian is saying. Any of you who wants to drop it, drop your question, that's fine. Then afterwards, I'll dive into how to create images and create and videos, different creatives that will allow us to get to that point. Now, of course, I'm not sure if we can cover how to target properly and the landing page aspect today and so forth, but those are essentially your main elements. Now, there is one thing I missed though, which is really probably the most important thing, right? Because yeah, so probably the most important thing for affiliate marketers, for e-commerce, the principle really still applies. Um, and it's this here, uh, irresistible offer. Now, if you don't have this, nothing else will work. This, if you don't have this, nothing else will work. And in order for you to win in this space, you need to find out what is an irresistible offer that you can have, that you can be able to plug into this system here. Because without this, none of this will work. Let me see who I have to mute. Who is that speaking there? And if you can, guys, just mute your mic. But yeah. So then, if you don't have an irresistible offer, nothing will work. And in order for you to win in the e-commerce space, then you really need to be able to not just find a winning product, but if you find a winning product, you need to find also a winning offer, right? So winning offer. So that's important. That it's very important to find a winning offer as well, because what happened is that and again, once you have a winning product, it's easy to make an offer. It's easy to make an offer. Once you have a good product, it's easy to make an offer around it. Now, the way that would look, for example, let's say someone is selling a single item for like, let's say, $25 or $30, and you're about to compete with someone because they have a winning product, a winning offer. Then maybe your offer could be something that's a lot better, whether you have a package, additional stuff, a bonus. So let's just say someone is selling, like, let's say, you know like, give me something random. If anyone, give me something random, like a product that maybe you've considered selling or you've seen advertising lately. Just give me like a product you've seen advertising lately, and also how much you're selling it for, if anyone wants to be able to share. If you've been on the if you've been scrolling around, just drop something in the chat. Just drop something in the chat. Let me just see if anyone has something in mind. Just share a product and a price. Any product and a price. Product and a price. And we're going to see, like, how we can potentially, like, say, okay, you know what? This could be a potential winning offer for something like that. I'm looking at the chat. No one is dropping it. Okay, someone is typing. Let's see. All right. So Porsche fixer, right? So 599. So let's say, for example, someone is selling like a Porsche fixture for 559.99. So now, okay, you have a product, but this is just a product. So a product could sell itself, certain products could sell itself, but if everyone else is selling the same product at the same price or trying to compete on price, you don't want to do the same. Don't try to compete on just the price, or don't try to compete on just the product. You want to be able to compete with them on offer. So now, what I could probably do here is, like, figure out, okay, well, what are some other products, maybe something that's even very cheap, convenient, that I can add to that. Whether it's a guide, whether I may be like, okay, get a Porsche fixer with our 5 minute, with our mini tutorial video to get rid of back pain in 7 days, right? So let's just say that's just an example, right? You don't necessarily have to do a mini tutorial, but you may have a Porsche fixer, you may have a mini tutorial, and then now you combine that in a package, and you have something very special. So, or you can be like, and with that as well, you can have things like guarantees, or maybe you can have things like, there are different things that helps you to sell and offer. Some of it might be like guarantees to sell and offer. Some things might be combos. Something like might be price breaks, meaning that you can have, like, let's say, you can have things like buy two get one. So, like, it all depends on the type of offer what you're running. You can have different ones available, right? That you can have. You can have, and then there may be other products as well, that you can combine, alternative or complementary, I'll say, complementary, products that you can actually search for. So that way now, even if you get it for $1, right? Even if you source it and you find it for $1, and by just adding something for $1 to the same thing, and it makes it seem like, wow, oh, these people have something very official. Like, they actually have multiple things that help me. Man, let me get this, right? Because if you can be able to position your offer in a way where it's like a lot of value that someone receives. The main thing you have to understand in offer is how can you do one simple thing? Increase the value. If you can help to increase the value, or the value increases, but it's always, of course, this perceived value, how people perceive your product, then you will actually set yourself above everyone else in the niche that you're working in. So even if someone is like a more credible authority in the space, and they've been there for a long time, if you can actually also get an irresistible offer, position yourself properly, then you can actually be able to win a lot more business, right? So this general principle for you to understand. Now, Christian is asking as well, do you think Facebook takes longer to optimize than TikTok, right? So I would say for Facebook, the general principle is like, I would say for Facebook, I give it like 3 days to determine whether an ad is profitable or not, right? 3 days for profitability. And after that, I would either kill the ad, or let it run for longer, or I'll find a winner. So for TikTok, it's a little different. Like a lot of times, personally, I you know I want to be able to see things profitable actually a lot quicker, a lot quicker. So again, different people might do it differently, but for Facebook, generally, it's always 3 days. For TikTok, like I sort of like monitor things. I actually want to see more immediate results with TikTok the first day and so forth, and or second day, and see how things are going. It all depends on how much you're spending and so forth, but then the thing about like Meta, if you actually get a profitable ad, then you can hit it very consistently. You can get consistent results. Of course, with TikTok, you can get good consistent results too. But again, they both have their pros and cons. But Meta is very consistent. So okay, so if I'm testing, like okay, so 3 days at what span, right? That's a good question. So like let's say if I'm testing with Meta, it all depends on someone. Maybe my spend might be anywhere from like, it depends on what I'm running. So like per ad set, I may probably do anywhere from $10 plus per ad set, right? And it depends. I may be testing multiple things at once. So sometimes when I'm testing, I may be testing like even sometimes 5 to 10 ad sets. So it really varies. And each ad set, the difference is each ad set may have different targeting or different creatives. So that's the general idea of it. Each ad set may have different targeting and different creatives. And once I find like a winner, then you go ahead and you begin to scale it. You go ahead and you begin to scale it once you find like a winner, right? So those are like just some key principles. So then let me go ahead. If we have, let me know if you guys have any other questions. If not, I'll go ahead and I'll walk through creatives, right? We're going to look at some creatives that convert, how to be able to find creatives, and how to be able to get winners. Now, what I noticed is what you always want to do when you're actually testing, and let me actually see something here, because yeah. So what you always want to do is this, right? Let me do this here. All right. So what I'm going to do, let me walk through something here together, and I'm going to show you for creatives how we're going to go about doing the creatives. What you want to do for creatives all the time is use what's native. So you want to use what is more native to the platform, and that's what will give you best results. So whatever platform you work with, you want to be able to use what may be a lot more native to it, so that way you can be able to get results. So like for example, I'm going to show you an example for affiliate marketing. And again, if you go into our training program here, affiliate marketing, you go to learning meta ads. I'm going to share with you like a framework for affiliate marketing on the general aspects of like meta and how you can make it profitable, right? So I gave one example in there. So now if I go to let's see here, I think it might be in how to make viral conversion creatives, angle hooks. Let me see something here. So I do have like a video here sample. Again, you can use different formats. You can still use the real type of format, or you can use like the full meta format. You can test it out. But I also gave in there general angles. This is just sample angles, but the key goal is finding multiple angles for your creative and seeing, okay, what angle can you find? A good angle that will be able to, you know, I will be able to convert very well. So, for example, and whenever you do the ad as well, you can always add like text over it too, because there are times when people are scrolling on the particular platform, but they don't always have their audio up. So if they can also read what is actually going on, then that will actually help people to be more intrigued,
Yeah,
more
yeah, yeah,
interested,
yeah.
and from there,
I know we can do it.
be able to like get things going. Oh, and I think I'm sharing. I'm not sure if you can actually see. I might be limiting. Let me actually
Yeah,
share.
and then just try Hoover it back
I
up.
think I'm sharing the wrong tab here. So yeah,
And just try
so
that.
there, this is
Type
what
that
I was
shit
showing
and
here.
you're just gonna pump
Let
in
me
it.
go
The
back
most
so I
like
can
the
show you
pump.
exactly where you can find it. So in here in the affiliate marketing group, you want to go to affiliate learning, then affiliate marketing is better. Once you're in there, you want to go to let's see, you want to go to how to make viral creatives, angles, hooks, and then now you'll be able to see this.
Kelly,
So I was
I'm gonna send
talking
you the
about the
same
angles,
method,
get
just
some sample
like for
angles, but
like
there's
one.
so many angles you want to be able to use many different angles, whatever it is that will be of intriguing and interesting. And I'm going to try to see if I can please. I'm not sure if you can hear my audio. Let me know if you can hear my
Wait,
audio.
don't go anywhere. I want to show you something.
All right, can you guys hear my audio? Were you able to hear this just now? Okay, cool. So I think okay. I'll just play this video. It's just a sample video, just so you can actually see sample of this is for like what you call swips, right? This is for what you call swips affiliate marketing. Now, some of you guys on here may be doing other types of ads. Some may be doing e-commerce, some may be doing lead generation. It really varies. But this one is specifically for sweep ads on Meta, right? So let me play this so you can actually see.
Wait, don't go anywhere.
Okay, so I'm going to show you the elements here. So I pause this, and again, I'm not trying to disrupt the video too much, but the first thing you heard was a hook, right? Is
Very cool.
the first 3 seconds is very essential and important when it comes to any type of creative on any platform. On TikTok, even more so, like literally the first second on TikTok is the most important because it's a lot quicker, a lot faster. Facebook is more slower paced. The first 3 seconds very important. So you always want to have a hook, something that will stop scroll. This is what you call stop scroll. Something that will allow people to get their eyes glued on what you have offering. So the first hook you have here is
Don't
this:
go anywhere.
wait, don't go anywhere, right? And again, some of the hooks maybe run through, but that's an example. You want to be creative and see how you can use the similar principles but different ways. And here are some examples of hooks, right? So you can see that what it might be. Let's say you're doing a sweep for Target, right? So don't shop at Target before you see this, right? If you shop at Target, you have to see this. It's something I wish I knew sooner. Wait, don't go anywhere. I want to show you something. And again, you can have the text on the screen. You can have like, especially all the time, you also want to have vocals or voice actors or a readout of it, which you can use AI for. So the key thing in the scripts, you want to have the hook, you want to have a good angle, you want to show people the steps, reward, urgency, which has the call to action connected with it. Right. So now let's continue to watch this ad to look at it.
I want to show you something. Ready for summer? Started off right with this amazing $750 Target offer.
All right, so it says ready for summer XYZ. Now it's given the angle. So the angle is more like a summertime type of angle, essentially. Like asking someone, "Hey, are you ready for summer?" Right? And it all depends on the season. Like you wouldn't run that in the heart of winter. Winter time, it's like, "Hey, Christmas is coming up, and
Mm.
you can actually get a truckload of gifts, like so this is like another angle you can use. So essentially thinking about angles, or maybe some of the other ways to think about good angles is think about what are the holidays that are coming up. So for example, maybe you have Valentine's coming up, you have like Mother's Day coming up, Father's Day coming up, you have all different types of days you can actually build angles around holidays as well. So this is a good way to do it. Build angles around holidays, about events or around seasons, and you can think of things outside of that as well to be able to do at the same time. All right. So now it's after the angle, it's given the steps.
All you have to do is click the link below, answer a few questions, and complete some simple tasks.
So now notice it always tells people to click the link as well. You never want to do an ad without telling people what to do. Like you need to understand not every single person will know exactly what to do. You need to treat everyone like you're treating it almost like a baby. Keep things also very super, stupid, simple. That's the key goal. It's super, stupid, simple. The three S's, right? Because it's very essential. You want to always tell people what to do. So you tell them to click the link, then you tell them the steps to fill out XYZ, and after they do that, what is the gratification? You want to tell them what is the gratification they receive, what is that desired result that they get out of them taking their time to do that. So
this only takes a few minutes and can be a huge help.
So it only takes a few minutes, and again, keep in mind this one is for Meta. This is not for TikTok, right? If you want to be profitable on TikTok, personally, we're not going through that video right now for TikTok, but personally, I would say your video needs to be, and that's with sweeps, right? With sweeps, your video needs to be under 10 seconds, ideally even 6 seconds. If you're doing sweeps, right? Again, if you're doing e-commerce for TikTok, it really varies, I would say, for the amount of timing. You'll just test and see what works. But short works if your product is able to explain itself very easily. If your product is self-explanatory. But if your product is more intricate and it's not as self-explanatory, which again, it's more difficult to sell those, of course, your video could be longer. But especially for affiliating and sweeps, short videos, this is what you want to do for TikTok. But for Meta, you could do longer videos like what I'm showing you with this framework. This has been able to give, I've been able to get over 2 ROAS with this, but with a low spend. When I scale, the ROAS goes down, but of course you still make more money because you spend more money. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes you get high ROAS with low spend. The more you scale, the lower the ROAS, but don't worry about the ROAS going down as long as you're above your break-even point, right? As long as you're above your break-even point. So you want to be able to keep that in mind. Now, let's play this.
When you're done, $750 in Target gift cards is yours.
So now this is the reward. This is the pleasure. This is the gratification. Once they're done, then they can get a 750 reward, right? And,
for summer clothes, BBQ supplies, and more.
Now, it's not just saying they get it, but then it's like related to, in the summer, people do barbecues, whatever it is. So, those are things that they may relate to. So I'm just giving you the framework for you to be able to take that and be able to be creative with it and be able to see how you can be able to get things
Don't miss out on this summer kickoff deal. Click the link now.
Okay, yeah.
Wait.
And I would say like anywhere from like 20 seconds on average is like good as well, but you can be able to see. But yeah. So Christian, you say Meta doesn't disapprove it and been struggling getting some ads approved. Now, personally, I've been able to run those within our agency ad accounts, and I've been able to spend a lot with our agency ad accounts without disapprovals on those. So again, I'm not sure how it will work within a regular ad account. I can't really speak much to it because I haven't used a regular ad account in a long time. But with our agency ad accounts, like, of course, sometimes you may still get a ban. I'm not saying it wouldn't get disapproved. You may still get disapproved the agency ad accounts because you can still get bans. But I've been able to run it with agency ad accounts with getting approvals and avoiding a lot of bans. So agency ad accounts, it's more rare that you get banned. But the powerful thing about it is that even with us, if you do get any of our agency ad accounts, we give you unlimited replacements. So so it's more like a guarantee there. If you ever get banned, then you always get unlimited replacements, right? So and we will give you multiple ad accounts to start off with, so that way you don't have to worry about it. So usually we give you a couple ad accounts, so you always have a backup there, always have a backup available, and you can continue to profitably increase things. And really, if you're spending a lot of funds and you need more ad accounts and you have our agency ad account plan, we'll actually give you more ad accounts to run more offers because The more money you make, the better it is for all of us. So yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to actually get the agency ad accounts that will be able to help you to run ads, even if you're doing e-commerce, Facebook is crazy. Sometimes you have like ban waves, and just like last week, there was a huge ban wave as well that went through, and a lot of accounts got shut down and banned. Then of course, agency ad accounts would be like a good way to be able to mitigate a lot of those issues and a lot of those problems. So but yeah, and of course, Christian, yeah, you do get better approvals because it's more trusted. The thing with agency ad accounts, we actually get it directly approved by Meta. It makes it automatically a lot more trusted. So that is the key aspect. And once you sign up, we actually assign you with one of our our dedicated account manager, and he's there. They'll be able to assist you for support, any questions you have, and so forth. So yeah, just let us know. Open a ticket, like right. If any of you want to do it, I'll just show you how to do it. Just open a ticket, and you'll be able to. Let me see. I think I might have put the wrong. I think I just put the wrong tag, which is it's Facebook assets. Yeah. So this is where you go, open a ticket, and we'll have like a support person help you there. So let's continue here, and then at the end, essentially,
Click the link now. Wait.
It just reminds someone of the call to action, of course, for them to be able to click the link. So now I gave you different samples like country angle, hook, and everything else. I gave you another sample. Just is not to just I could have given you and spoon fed you a whole bunch more, but I want you to understand the framework. Always this. If you understand the science and the framework, you'll never run out of business. Like I can sit there and say, okay, you know what? Let me create like 10 creatives and give each of you one of them, right? But of course, the old saying, which is very true up until today, you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man how to fish, he eats for a lifetime. So again, the principle is I want you to understand the science and the framework behind things whenever we do those calls and whenever we go through things too, because if you can understand that, then you better be able to know how do I create this? How do I develop this? How do I make this profitable? What is going wrong? Right? So those are key things you want to be able to be aware of. So in order for you to do this, of course, you can also, the best thing sometimes if you're unsure is use what is working. Use what is working or recreate what is working. The way you can find what is working is like just go ahead and like Facebook ads library, you can search up ads, or you can go to TikTok creative library as well. And you can also search up ads there too and mimic the ads that are working, right? In order, for example, Facebook to see what's working, let's say I put posture. Let's just see something here, right? Posture. Now, let's say put posture corrector. Let's see here. I'm going to go to Facebook, like say Facebook ads library. I'm in Facebook ads library. I put posture corrector. So how do I know what is working and what not working? So this is a sample, right? This is a sample of how you can be able to determine that. So let's say you go to Facebook ads library, all ads, United States right now, posture corrector. What I will actually do is I want to see active ads only. If an ad is not active, it's because it's not profitable or it's no longer profitable. So this is what I'm going to do as well. I'm going to also click filters. And what I want to actually do is I want to select, and again, you can even see whether you want to see images or videos, profitability, and so forth. I want to see from what date. Okay, from, well, any date in the past, that's fine. Two is to today, right now. So I want to see someone that's been running for at least a month. At least a month they're running the ads, right? If someone is running an ad for at least a month, then most likely that ad is profitable unless they just have a lot of money to lose, right? If that person have a lot of money to lose, then they keep running ads. So if you want to see it, then okay, most likely those ads here, this one says started January 6th, it's active. Most likely it could potentially be profitable. It's not always, but it could be, and again, Christian, spy tools are good. You can use spy tools. You can test out which one works with you. But there are ways to also figure things out even without spy tools. So people who may not necessarily want to invest that right now by using ad library, checking out people's websites. So like for example, if I click shop now, I can go to someone's website. Okay, this person been running for over a month. I can see, okay, well, what is their website like? What is their landing page like? And I'm like, okay, you know what? They have reviews there. They have credibility stuff here. I'm like, okay, how can I recreate this page as well, but even better? So the branding. And not only that, I want to be able to put an offer together. So you see how they have like an offer massage roller right here for free? That's what I'm talking about, right? So you put an offer here. So like let's say you put, when someone comes to this page, they have like a free roller. That is like what I'm calling an irresistible offer because they not only get in this, but they get a roller connected with it. So imagine you're like a massage roller with instant posture corrector and free shipping worldwide, right? So this is like a really good offer here. And essentially that's some things you want to keep in mind. So you can go to their page, mimic it, and some things I do. This is seems like a one. Let me see. It seems like almost like a one product store, maybe not. Okay, that's multiple products. Now something else I do as well, even if to be able to see, okay, well, what are some good products, right? I'll click instead of featured, I click best selling. Okay, so now we put in order the best selling products. So like this product here is best selling, maybe this is second probably. But what I will do is consistently I want to look at a lot of different competitors on their websites and see what are their best selling products. And whatever is consistently the best seller, I'll be like, okay, I can potentially try this one out, even if a lot of people are running it. But the way I will set myself apart is by having a better offer than everyone else. So that's what you want to do, have a better offer than everyone else.
You're not making progress at the gym, you're making things worse.
So they have a hook right now. You're not making progress at the gym. You're making things worse. So again, similar principles, but you can also mimic any of those items as well. So that's about it for right now. I think I'll end off here for today. Maybe another day, another time, we'll look at ad strategy. We'll go into more like strategy inside of our ad account. We can look at more like high conversion landing page and ensuring that we have a good UX for all of what we're running. And again, of course, for creatives, you want to test as much as possible. So I hope everyone was able to get some type of help from that. And let me just answer Christian's question. How are you doing with the China tariffs for ecom? Definitely, with the ecom, it will become with drop shipping especially. What I recommend people doing, if you can build a brand outside of China products, I would recommend you doing that because things are very sensitive right now in terms of how things could play out. Already, USPS is actually not receiving a lot of regular packages from China, which is impacting like that shipping method will impact a lot of drop shipping. I'm not sure what will happen with UPS, FedEx, and those other shipping providers. And there's a lot more tariffs. So if you can find a USA fulfillment center, especially if you're targeting the US, find a US fulfillment center, the better. Or if you can find a fulfillment center outside of China or products outside there, I would say that might be the way to go. And but ideally, you just want to think long term. What are some things that you can implement long term that could benefit you? And again, there might be other ways, other solutions of working around things, but it will receive a hit for sure. So those are probably just some things I would say. Is try to see how you can build a brand. Key thing is build a brand and see how you can get local fulfillment. That will help a lot. So let me just answer those last two questions and we end off right here. Step says you've been using Stripe for ecom, had issues with it. So personally, I don't have any issues with even Stripe, PayPal, or any of those. The reason why is that I have implemented many plugins in the past to be able to automatically send all my tracking to automatically to the different payment processors, and I have a very good shipping time. People get their products, it's a rise, and I don't really get much chargebacks. So because I give a good fulfillment, it's quick shipping and so forth, then I don't really get them holding any of my money, right? They don't hold any of my money. In fact, they increase my limits to a lot. They've increased it to a lot. So again, once you have those things dialed in, then it wouldn't be a problem. But you can use multiple options. You have like the Shopify Pay and multiple. Depends on what platform you're using. I've used Shopify. I've used WooCommerce. So I don't limit myself to one platform. I have multiple platforms that I've used. So just keep that in mind. You can test things out, but make sure you have a good fulfillment. It's not about getting the sale; you want to fulfill that sale as well. That's important. So, Futango says since Facebook Pixel isn't supported in my country, if I purchase a verified business manager account and input my details, will it remain active without facing suspension or any issues? Yeah, if you get a verified BM, what if you can get a verified BM from us, what we'll do, we'll actually give you instructions, and it's very, simple, but you will just get an anti-detect browser. And if you don't have if you have issues with pixels and so forth, I would even say get a profile and get a verified BM from us, right? You get a profile and a verified BM from us. And then what you will do is that we'll give you instructions on how to access it via an anti-detect browser with a proxy that you can have like a USA proxy, and you can log in and be able to run your ads and do everything that you need to do. Perfectly fine. So that way you can bypass any restrictions within the country that you're in, the location you're in. So again, what you want to get is like you can get like a profile and also a business manager, and it's the same. I'll just drop that again in the chat. You just open a ticket right now of Facebook assets in our Discord, and if someone is watching the replay, just click the link in our description there. You'll be able to get access to our Discord. You can open a ticket, or you'll see our website, and we'll be able to help you with that. So again, hey guys, thank you so much again for joining on. Look forward to seeing you next week. Hopefully we can get that going again. We'll publish it in the event. And make sure you invite others to this Discord as well. If you think you receive value, invite others in, and hopefully we can see you all next time. All right, have a good one. All right, goodbye.